Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back once again, or for the very first time, to the Thoughts and Crep Show, where today we have another Retro Classics series, and this time it's Mega Man Legends 2. Many thanks to all of you who enjoyed the Mega Man Legends series we did last time, and yeah, I'm excited to do this one because I've actually never played this. So, I did tweak the settings a little bit, so hopefully we won't have as much of the audio problems as we did before. And yeah, for this part, I'm just going to shut up.
I was thinking we should get started soon. Hard to believe it's been 10 years since your daughter and son-in-law were lost here.
What were they thinking? Leaving their daughter behind and going to such a dangerous place? Are you sure you won't change your mind? Are you still determined to go back there?
It's too late to turn back now. I've spent my entire life working toward this. I can't turn back.
Mr. Werner von Blucher, Mr. Werner von Blucher, please
That time
report to
already?
the Central Hall. The press
Well, then I'll
conference
go
is
on
about to
ahead,
begin.
all right?
Mr. Werner von Blucher, Mr. Werner von Blucher, please report to the Central
I guess
Hall.
Roll
The press
decided not to
conference is
come,
about to
then.
begin.
Oh, yes. She's a little upset at the thought of someone finding the mother lode before she does. After all, she's been looking for it all her life.
I've always been fond of Roll, you know that. But all's fair in love and war.
Nothing to report, sir.
Keep your eyes wide open. If any pirates show up, I want them taken care of immediately.
Yes, sir.
No one has journeyed to Forbidden Island and returned to tell the tale, but today two men who have devoted their lives to studying that infamous island...
Did you have to call so many reporters?
Can't have all the fun myself, can I? The more the merrier, wouldn't you agree?
You never change, do you? Just try not to make a fool of yourself or me.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you for your patience. I would like to present to you a brief description of our planned expedition.
Now tell me, just what do you think you're doing here? I thought you had gotten out of the pirate game,
Stuff it, Clyde. Mind your own business. We've got enough problems as it is.
What, did your little department store go under already?
Ah! No, it hasn't gone under. We're just a little in the red this month, that's all. Just need a little extra cash to make ends meet.
If you didn't buy only what you like, maybe we wouldn't be in this fix.
Shut your traps. I'm trying to listen to what he's saying.
What did you say, you big tin can? Who do you think you are?
No squabbling till the job's finished. Remember, Teasel?
Teasel.
As I'm sure all of you are aware, no one has succeeded in landing on the island beyond this tumultuous cloud and lived to tell the tale. No one, that is, except Professor Barrel and myself. 30 years ago, Professor Barrel and I journeyed to that island and returned. Over the years, we've been asked many times what we saw there. We have kept that knowledge to ourselves, but now I intend to give to you the opportunity to see it for yourselves.
Hmm.
Roll, breakfast ready. I made the eggs just the way you like them. Hey, look, it's Gramps.
Huh?
Don't worry, Roll. The mother lode can't be found that easily.
Oh.
Professor Beryl and myself are confident that the mother lode, which has been sought after by all mankind for numerous generations, does lie buried somewhere on this island. This ends my presentation. Thank you. And now, are there any questions?
Excuse me, Mr. Blucher?
Yes?
Has your research given you any clue as to what exactly the mother lode might be?
That's a good question. Personally, I believe it to be something of tremendous importance to mankind. Something that will help us better ourselves and the world. Perhaps a new energy source, more powerful than our current refractors.
And you, Professor? Tell me, what do you think?
Well, I think... Matilda! You're alive!
That's her! That's the one who stuffed me into that locker!
Has it occurred to you that this great lost treasure might not be what you think it is?
Keep your eyes on her.
What happens to you is no concern of mine. Still, I'll give you this warning. What you call the mother lode is not what you think it might be. No, it's not a treasure at all. It's a catastrophe waiting to happen. Gats!
Stop! Hold your fire! Cease fire!
Look at that, Diesel! Isn't it amazing?
I smell a mighty big treasure, Tron!
Get out of my way, I can't see.
Whoa! Watch what you're doing! You're trying to get me killed!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause such a ruckus. Still, the child must not be allowed to awaken. There's no telling what might happen if she does. Understand? You have been warned.
Catastrophe? A child? What do you mean, Matilda?
Mega Man, did you see that? That woman. She was my mother.
Huh?
But how? Why? My mother wouldn't do anything like that, would she?
Let's find out.
What?
Let's just go there and we can find out for ourselves.
But...
It's the only way to be sure, you know?
Oh, I guess you're right. Let's go. I'll get changed, then get the engine started. Can you clean up the dishes for me? Thanks.
Aw, yeah. Guys, I gotta say, it feels so good to be playing this game on the show for the first time. I mean, I did do the RC Samples episode for it, but since then, I've actually been able to fix at least some of the problems that were happening before, partially due to the high resolution. I guess you could call it a hack or whatever. It was, yeah, not so great before. It's still somewhat present, the same issue I was having with the audio before, as you probably noticed during the cutscene. And, It is, however, mitigated a good amount. I think I did like Control Scheme A. The view turning is L1 and R1. Oh, B, okay. It's a strafe. Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of that. D puts most of the inputs on the shoulders, which is fine. Yeah, I think A is pretty good, actually. We'll stick with that for now. Because, yeah, unlike, and I said this in the RC Samples video, but, yeah, it's really cool to finally see, like, early 3D games, like, adopting the dual analog support, like, for the DualShock controller. It's, was not really a common thing at all until, like, the PS2 generation. Even then, like, it was very rough. However, for somehow, they did it almost perfectly in this game. Like, even on the PS1 being incredibly, like, underpowered for fully 3D games like this, yeah, and actually having, like, sound options, being able to adjust, like, BGM and sound effects, like, separately, like, it was not common at all. And I do have the game capture turned up pretty good amount for the cutscenes, which I believe have their own audio mix. I don't think this affects them at all. But just to be safe, I'm going to turn down sound effects by probably about, yeah, maybe about there. Because the music in this game is wonderful. Sound effects are way too loud. In a modern mix kind of a thing. Alright, so those options should be good. We'll go ahead and go back. Now there are going to be a few visual glitches here and there. Partially because you gotta, you know, cut a few corners and such when using a high resolution hack like this, but, oh wait, no, we're not continuing, no. That's from the, yeah, because we're gonna miss a lot of the introductory stuff, but anyway, that intro cutscene doesn't actually play when you select a new game, so they kind of just pick up directly after, which isn't, like, super uncommon, but anyway, for the most part, I'm gonna just be silent when these cutscenes are playing, so.
Hey, Data, you're kinda in the way, you know?
Hey, I just thought maybe I could help you relax.
Yeah, well, thanks, but could you sit still? Oh! Data, please, get Roll fast!
Boy, Mega Man, I'm disappointed. I thought you were braver than this. You can do it. Come on, Mega Man. Data, you stay out of Mega Man's way. Kiki!
Boy, oh boy, phew.
There. All done. Everything's in working order. At this speed, we should catch up to Gramps any time now.
Boy, that new engine sure is something. Completely different from the old one.
Well, it was expensive, but it was worth it. I'll take over.
Oh, thanks.
Data, it's almost lunchtime. Can you get everything ready? Okay. Mega Man, thank you.
Huh?
Well, I was a little down before, and
Uh-huh.
I was thinking, what would I do if they find the mother lode. I guess I got a little scared.
Scared? Why?
I've been searching for the mother lode because I thought if I found it, I'd be able to see my parents again. I guess I was just fooling myself. I've got to accept reality. Face the facts. They are gone. Both of them are gone.
Oh.
But still, when you said we should go see for ourselves, I remembered something my mother told me a long time ago. She said a digger should never give up hope.
Right.
My mom and my dad and the mother lode, I won't give up on them yet.
That's the spirit. We'll find him, Roll.
Anyway, Mega Man, what should we do once we catch up with Gramps' ship?
Yeah, so this is another thing they did very differently in this game compared to the first one. The first one kind of had it, but they actually have dialogue options, like even during cutscenes sometimes, and it's just like so much better. It's very disappointing that Mega Man Legends 3 never happened. Hopefully it's still happening at some point. Hopefully Capcom will revive the project, which would be incredible, but there's just like so many things this game does better than the first one that I've noticed, even in just like the first hour of the game, which I've played a couple of times because for the RC Samples video, and now for this one. And like, it's not just the dual analog, it's not just the audio options, it's not just like the dialogue options, like it's not just the visual improvements, like the better handling of the PS1 hardware with like 3D objects and stuff like that. They just nailed it. Like, so many PS1 games from this era, like the end of the PS1 cycle, like really shows their mastery and understanding of the hardware. Like, not just this compared to the first game, which, the first game was 1997, not exactly an early PS1 title, but this one is 2000. Like, it's kind of the same gap as like Final Fantasy VII, which came out in 1997, and then Final Fantasy IX, which came out in 1999/2000. Just like visually, you can tell like they stepped up their game by a large amount. And yeah, that's one thing with the high resolution hack on this game. Like, playing it the way I am, it upscales the internal resolution, and this game uses a lot of fully 3D assets, so it is a bit of a strain on the emulated PS1 CPU, but the visual improvements, it's just night and day.
I'm really sorry, Mega Man. I needed to upgrade the flutter. I'm afraid I sold all your equipment. Please forgive me. She does look a lot like my mother, but I can't believe my own mother would do something like that. I wonder who she is. The flutter can't get through the winds surrounding Forbidden Island. We'll need a special ship if we want to land there. My father once designed a special kind of flying ship called a drop ship. I'm pretty sure we could use it to get there.
Yeah, that's a very convenient excuse for, yeah, why don't we have my stuff from the previous game? So, yeah.
Okay, we can figure out what to do once we get there, right?
Roll, do you smell something burning?
Mm-hmm.
Data! I'll go see what's wrong.
Wait, Mega Man, take this with you.
What? What is it?
It's a fire extinguisher. I'll tell you more later.
Okay, back me up.
Extinguishes fire.
You know how to use your fire extinguisher, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess I probably should turn down the BGM as well. Let's just say no, because I don't quite remember. Shoot water by pressing triangle or square. As long as you keep pressing the button. Hold down the button too long, your water pressure will drop. For a while, right? R2 is your lock on. No.
Okay then, good luck. Just in case, I'll work on the Flutter's emergency sprinkler.
Okay, with flutter putting on fire,
Mission
whiskey.
start!
Okay. Whoops. Oh, there we go. I was like, how do we do doors again? Wait, so can I do this without locking on? I mean, yeah, it's kind of awkward though, because like... Oh, that's why they put the controls on the shoulders. Okay, that makes more sense now. Like, in case you want to free aim it, because, you know, it's kind of hard to hold square while doing the right stick, so you kind of have to use your left thumb. That's obviously where the flames are coming. Oh, but I can't go through there because of that? Okay, probably. Yeah, well, you can exit the room, Data. Yeah, working on it. Yeah, well, don't run into the flames. You're just trying to what? There we go. To cook pizza. Yeah, I heard you the first out of the second out of the 4 times, I guess.
I thought I was done for!
You're fine.
Mission complete! Mega Man, we're here! We've caught up with Gramps' ship!
Cool. Just trying
This
to
is your
cook
live
pizza.
update. Although the Sulphur Bottom's hull was damaged in the attack by a mysterious woman, the damage has been repaired. We expect it to enter the maelstrom surrounding Forbidden Island any time. Preparations are complete. The crew ready. The Sulphur Bottom is gathering speed, preparing to penetrate the cloud of mystery surrounding Forbidden Island. Following the attack hours ago, we were all asked to disembark and return to our ships, where we stand watching Von Blucher embark on his greatest adventure, and what may be humanity's greatest adventure. Will he succeed in reaching Forbidden Island? We'll continue with live updates throughout the day.
Final check complete. We can get underway whenever you're ready, sir.
Understood. Well then, everyone, are you ready?
We won't let anything get in the way of a story. We're not like those wimpy TV reporters.
You're really going to go through with this?
Yes, I am. I have to.
Well, if you're going to do it, then do it. I mean, we've come this far, right?
Thank you, Barrel. All right then, let's go. Main engines online.
Main engines online.
Set course for the center of the island. Engage!
Looks like they're intent on ignoring my warning.
Weapons activated.
Remember, I don't want them hurt.
Understood.
The stabilizers on this ship are amazing. You can hardly feel the wind. I'm impressed. Huh?
Unidentified object approaching from above at high speed, sir.
Activate defense grid. No one will stop me, not now.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Bond, order the Drakes to go to yellow alert and stand by.
Ready.
Just a little more. Just a little closer. Fire, now!
Fire repressors activated. Engines offline. She's out of control. Emergency escape pod launch mechanism damaged.
What? No.
Now you've really done it.
Apologies, Mistress Yuna. We should retreat.
They probably won't crash for a while at least. I'd hoped to stop them before they got this far.
Roll! The sulfur bomb is being sucked into that storm!
Gramps!
What should we do?
We can't take the flutter in there. And we're almost out of fuel. We'll have to set down on a nearby island. We can figure out what to do then.
Man, yeah, they are really bad at fuel management. There's not much we can do to help Gramps from the air. I wonder if there isn't a way to land on that island to get to Blucher's ship that way. And then it hit me. Look at this. It's a butt plug. I mean a dropship. A ship my father designed years ago, especially for landings in rough atmospheres. Let me tell you about rough atmospheres. If we can use this, we should be able to land on Forbidden Island. Gramps always told me to never build a dropship, but still. This is an emergency. I know he'll understand, right, Mega Man? Well, maybe he told you not to build one because the design is flawed? Anyway. First, though, we need to go to a junk shop and get some parts to build it. Let's go, Mega Man. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Alright. Wow, that's not correct. Oh my goodness, that really messes things up. Alright, let's go ahead and fix that. Let's turn the BGM down like oh, it just hangs on the last note? Oh, that's weird. Ah, that's really strange, huh? Alright, so maybe you just -1? Yeah, let's go with -1 for now. Map? I mean, the improved map is so much better too. this game. Like, the map in Mega Man Legends 1 is, I mean, appears to be smaller. And it was rarely helpful. Like, sometimes it was good, but sometimes it was, like, absolute garbage. Yeah, it was Class B license. Oh, we already have a license. Cool. I guess from the previous game, even though we had a Class A license by the end of the game. A lifter. Pick up various objects. You need a thing for that? Oh, we don't have to go to the ship, or not the ship, the... what was it called? The support car? To have roll switch stuff? Wait a minute. Equip body parts. Okay. Oh, and buster parts. Oh. Okay, so we got some new stuff to look forward to. That's cool. Alright. Yasunoke City landing pad. 7. Wow, so we can have 9. Almost 10 million Zenny? 9,999,999 Zenny? Wow. Special weapon. Special weapon? Wow, I can't fucking talk today. Okay. So that's everything, huh? I have no idea what those gauges on the right are for, but I'm sure we'll figure that out later. But yeah, just having dual analog control in this game, so much freaking better. Like, movement is just like so much more fluid because you actually have analog inputs. It's a small change, but it is massive, which is a little, yeah, I just realized, a little contradictory. Okay, I see. So because we have the left stick and right stick inputs, like, you don't really need the turn input. Oh. Except for dodge rolling. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, I've never played this game past, like, the first hour or so. Oh, can we go up here? You not... Can't use ladders, I'm guessing. Appears like a no. Pretty sure that's a no. Out making rounds, cool. Yo, dude. How's it going? You a digger? Haven't seen a digger around here for a long time. Back in the day, we used to get a lot of diggers come through here. Of course, that was back before I had my bitchin' ass scarf. And my mustache. Once there was no treasure left in the ruins, they stopped coming. Nowadays, the only ruins left are the old caves just outside of town. Alright, cool. Well, we're not going there yet. And can we still check containers? Apparently not these containers. Okay. Data, what's up, my dude? What is it, Mega Man? Energy charge? Okay, that's the same. It's kind of weird too, they're using a different, like, model for data, but... What should I do? Tell me about equip. I feel like these two are pretty self-explanatory. I suppose you can't find everything you need at junk shops, since the junk shops just don't sell magic... Sorry, special weapons, wow. I guess you'll just have to see what you can find here and then show it to Roll. You never know when she'll be able to make an item for you. Okay, so that's the same. What should I do? Why don't you go to the junk shop with Roll? Well, I'm gonna do that, obviously. On the next episode, next time on Dragon Ball Z. No save data. Excellent. Cool. And it tells you where you are in the save data. That's... Man, this game is so far ahead of its time. It was... I kind of wish it did get pushed to PS2 because, like, I don't think I've ever really played a game that has pushed the PS1 this hard. Like, it's really impressive, honestly. Because we are out of time. Yeah, we are out of time. Cool. I figured it was about time for that. So yeah, thank you all for being here, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. And of course, before we get going, a very special thank you going out to the current Farts and Crap Show members, which at the time of recording is Novalis Draconis. But if you would like to be incredibly awesome, support the show a bit more directly, and get in on all those membership benefits like Novalis Draconis does, check out the join button down below or the Farts and Crap Show Buy Me a Coffee. Either way, tiers start at $3 a month. It's only 10 cents a day, gets you into all the basic stuff, including getting to vote on the series that get made here on this channel via the Members' Choice polls. Now, this series was also chosen via a Members' Choice poll, and if you are a new member, you, over on the membership tab, a lot of the previous Members' Choice polls are still open and they're still up. So if you haven't left your input on those before, please do so. And if a series retroactively gets a lot retroactively gets a lot of votes, it will definitely reappear in a future Members' Choice poll. As it stands right now, we haven't had any repeat series yet. I think we've got to about 20 RC Samples episodes so far, and the next time we do a repeat, it will be from one of the RC Samples, not from a vote from before I started doing those, because that was one of the reasons I started doing the RC Samples, is so I can be like, hey, here's a bunch of the losers from previous, Members' Choice polls. Let's get one of these, a full series, But yeah, I want to make some more before we do that, and yeah. Although I might make that a Members' Choice poll one of these months when we don't have a new series. Like, that could be an option. Just be like, hey, channel members, do you guys want 4 brand new things, or should we pick the next game from one of the previous RC samples? That'd be a cool thing. Or, there's a bunch of different stuff, but essentially when there's a question about the content that gets made here via series or what have you, yeah, the channel members are the ones who get to decide what those changes are. So, yep. So yeah, Members' Choice polls. It's pretty in-depth thing. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sick, let me tell you. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Again, completely optional, guys. But just appreciate you being here. I hope you guys enjoyed these episodes. Going forward, we will try to have one new episode of Mega Man Legends 2 every day in this time slot, noon Eastern, until the game's done. So, yeah, hope you enjoy. Till next time, take care, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.